When was the last time you thought about the legal implications of a tweet as you were writing it, even before you sent it? Well, the relationship between social media and the law is being brought into the spotlight here in the UK today because the country's Attorney General is going to take to Twitter to outline how users could actually be breaking the law by commenting about criminal cases. It's not just a problem here in Britain, though. We've already seen prosecutions involving the misuse of social media right around the world. Let's take you to the world's newsroom. We can join Lucas. Tell us more, Lucas.
Well, Lucy, it depends on where you're from, what country you're from, what state or what court system you go through, whether it be the lawyers, the law, the judge, in fact, as well. The list is endless about what you tweet and some of the repercussions that come from that afterwards. So to look at some of the cases, there's lots of them out there, but we thought we'd pick just 4 of you today. And Samantha Barry, our social media producer, is going to walk us through a few of them. Sam, I'm seeing the Kuwaiti flag up there first. Can you walk us through what's the story about?
So Kuwait is a country that has had a lot of convictions around social network comments. This is a case that happened last month with a man convicted to 5 years in prison for tweets about the Prophet Muhammad and comments on the Sunni Shia theology. Now, it's not unusual in Kuwait for this to happen. It was the second such case in about 3 weeks. The country itself has very, very strict rules about mocking religion, and that is across social platforms as well, and they're implementing it on comments. In October, the Court of Appeal also upheld a 10-year prison sentence against a blogger whose tweets were seen to insult the Prophet and insult the kings of Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. So not an unusual occurrence in Kuwait.
Excellent. You've started us out on the one of the strictest countries in terms of social media around there. Let's jump to old America, home of the free.
Yeah, a land of free speech. Well, not for this man. Basically, this 30 apologies. This is basically looking at a case. A man called Mike Byron was going through a pretty messy divorce with his wife. He took to his personal Facebook page and made some pretty acidic comments about his wife. The judge that was looking at their divorce case and their custody case said if he did not apologise for 30 days on Facebook, he would face jail. And free speech advocates in the US were dismayed at this case.
Interesting. Okay, let's keep going then. We'll keep it going. And Bangladesh, what's some of the stories that have come out of there?
So this is a case of a student who wrote a Facebook comment that was seen to insult the Bangladesh Prime Minister. He wasn't in the country at the time, but it's thought that that Facebook post was leaked by a university colleague. It gained widespread media attention in Bangladesh. He was ordered to present himself to High Court and face charges. He was charged in his absence to 6 months in prison. He's now sought asylum in Australia, so he doesn't have to go home and face the charges.
Asylum over a tweet. Okay. And we've got the UK. We can't go past the UK because this is where the stories stem from today.
Well, this is one of the biggest convictions in relation to something somebody did on social platforms. So it dates back to 2011 when there were a lot of riots in August of 2011, in particular in London, but around cities and towns in the UK. 2 young men, a 20-year-old and a 22-year-old, created a Facebook event called Smash Down Our Local Town. Now, that riot never happened, but the men were convicted to 4 years in prison because the judge said they were inciting people to cause crime. They appealed the conviction, which was denied, because the judge in the case said you used technology to try to create a crime, and just because you didn't go door to door, knocking at doors and asking people to join you in a riot doesn't make this any less of an offence.
Excellent. Samantha, thank you very much for joining us.